Well, I was really looking forward to this one. So is it any good? Let's find out. Well, I was really looking forward to this one. So is it any good? Let's find out. Well, I was really looking forward to this one. So is it any good? Let's find out. What is up everyone, we're back again with another review, and this is going to be for the film The Map of Tiny Perfect Things, and this is directed by Ian Samuels, starring Kathryn Newton and Kyle Allen. Now this tells the story of Mark, who has been stuck in the same day for quite some time now. However, he soon bumps into Margaret, who he learns is also stuck in the same loop, and together they try to find out why this is all happening. Now we've seen this concept done before, haven't we? Groundhog Day, which is even mentioned in this film. Happy Death Day, which put a whole horror spin on things. But this had an interesting dynamic to it because it's actually two characters experiencing this temporal anomaly, if you like, which is another phrase for being in a time loop, which I learned from none other than this movie, my friends. This also helped bring two interesting viewpoints from each of the characters. So you have Mark, who just wants to get out of this and get back to a normal life. He's missing his family and stuff, but Margaret has actually grown to the idea of being stuck in the same day and never getting old and doing what she wants. And you could sort of see both sides of the argument as to why these characters wanted different things, even if one of them does have more of a meaning to the other, which you find out towards the end of the film. Now, as well as a sci-fi fantasy film, this is also a romance at heart, and I thought these two worked really well on screen, and I wanted them to get together really, and I wanted it to work out well for them because I thought they bounced off each other really well. They had great chemistry, and I thought Kyle Allen done a really good performance here. I mean, I've never really seen him in anything else, but he was great in the film. However, Kathryn Newton was the standout. She just had that little bit more to her, and she's just going from strength to strength lately, isn't she? I mean, I predict a bright future for her as an actress. There's also a really good side character here too, played by Jermaine Harris. Now, he's constantly on Gears of War and he's just dying over and over again on the screen. But I really liked the conversations he had with Mark here because he was always having little jibes at Mark and he'd throw it back, and it was good banter on screen, and they were always fun little scenes to watch. The Map of Tiny Perfect Things has this very colourful look to it as well, and it's just got this joyful vibe that jumps out the screen. And I really like the costume design here as well. There's some cool looking designs. And I really want one of them Luke Skywalker t-shirts that Mark wears once or twice throughout this film. On the flip side to that though, there is quite a few emotional moments in this film. Nothing deep enough to fully grip you and make you cry or anything like that, but enough to let you see what these characters are sort of going through. And I know the meaning of life is sometimes drilled into people's ears when, some films like this are made to get their message across. But here, I think it does a good job of doing that and makes you realise that, blinking you'll miss it sometimes. Flipping that again, though, I do think that the storyline towards the end is a little bit dumb there because, yes, they want to get their message across that I just spoke about, but they still could have done that and not went down the route of how these characters get out of this loop. I mean, they could have made them two totally separate things, but this was the way that these characters had to do it. It didn't quite work for me, and it felt like magic over science, really. Now, there are a few scenes here that feel like a choreographed theatre play. What I mean by that is the opening scene, I can let that go because it's a good way to introduce the movie. That's Mark walking down the street and interacting with these objects and characters that he's interacted with many times before because he is, of course, stuck in the same day. But there's one moment halfway through the film where him and Margaret go through this restaurant and they walk through the kitchen and take over the chef who's frying the steak or whatever, and the chef doesn't even say anything, and then they walk through the hallway and there's this waitress walking past with a cake on a plate, and she just goes like that with a bit of cream and licks her finger, and it's like, these characters aren't even being stopped. It felt like a dance routine, basically. And it just kind of took me out of the movie for a little bit there and felt very, very forced. However, I did feel a sense of happiness after watching this, and I thought, you know what, that was a good movie. Now, I said at the start of the video that I was looking forward to this, and I was, but I didn't expect a masterpiece or anything like that. Just a good film, and that's what I got. I'm just going to go ahead and rate this movie now. I'm going to give The Map of Tiny Perfect Things a 7.5 out of 10. If you like the concept of this and don't want to wrap your head around it too much and just have a nice simple viewing experience, this movie might be for you. Okay guys, at the end of these reviews I always like to leave a little fun fact. Now this is in fact based on a short story by Lev Grossman which was published back in 2016, and he in fact wrote the screenplay for this film as well. Okay guys, hope you all enjoyed this review. If you want to subscribe, it's up to yourself. Got a lot more reviews coming, lots more videos, and if you want to talk about The Map of Tiny Perfect Things, leave it down below and I'll reply to every single one of you, I promise. Take it all easy guys. I'll see you all in the next video.